Society defines intelligence through a specific set of external signals. We look for the person who speaks the fastest in a meeting, the one who holds an impressive degree, or the debater who effortlessly dismantles an opponent with absolute, unshakable certainty. Modern psychology shifts the focus away from these public displays. To understand why, we have to look at the brain's biological constraints. The human brain is an energy-saving organ that naturally seeks the path of least resistance. Processing new, complex information requires significant computational energy, which causes the brain to default to shortcuts whenever possible. The high level of certainty we often praise is frequently a sign that the brain has taken the easiest path to achieve cognitive closure, rather than doing the difficult work of deep analysis. High-level thinking occurs in complete privacy, during the moments when there is no audience to impress. A smooth, straight pathway represents the brain's natural desire for cognitive ease. A sophisticated mind introduces cognitive friction, intentional interruptions of lazy biological defaults built into thought processes to override the tendency to settle for the first available answer. This quiet rebellion against our mental programming serves as a primary marker of a deep mind. When faced with uncertainty, the brain often triggers a mild panic response. It rushes to adopt the nearest, simplest explanation just to regain a sense of security. One way to counter this is by sitting alone with difficult, unanswered questions for extended periods. This involves turning a problem over repeatedly without forcing an immediate conclusion. Psychologists call this epistemic patience. It is the rare capacity to hold an open question in the mind without the anxiety of not knowing. This patience allows for deep dives into complex subjects, like a specific historical event or a scientific concept, driven by pure, intrinsic fascination. Most curiosity functions transactionally. It stops the moment a topic no longer helps someone earn money or look impressive. Intellectual breakthroughs require the ability to remain in this uncertain, non-transactional space that the average brain finds difficult to tolerate. The brain is biologically wired to protect its own sense of being right. We often spend our private mental energy replaying past conversations to reinforce our existing beliefs and shield our ego from correction. A more effective practice involves looking for the exact points where your own arguments and beliefs break down. This logic tree illustrates how a structure handles stress. Notice the effect when the central supporting pillar is removed. This represents active self-opposition, acting as your honest critic. By setting aside ego, you can catch a flawed thought and voluntarily change course. This shift happens without defensiveness or the need to justify the original mistake. Removing the instinct to protect a position transforms the mind into a highly agile, self-correcting engine. Typically, we store past memories and emotional reactions as static, unchangeable facts. A more sophisticated approach involves treating raw emotional reactions as data. You observe why a situation triggered a response, analyzing the feeling rather than simply being carried by it. This timeline shows a past node originally categorized as a failure. Through deep analysis, the mind reinterprets that point to support a present-day understanding. Psychology calls this cognitive reappraisal. As the timeline shifts into a feedback loop, the mind actively reorganizes its history. This mind operates as a live system, continuously rewriting its own software as it encounters more nuanced data. These behaviors constitute a quiet, disciplined maintenance protocol performed entirely in private. Because these internal shifts are invisible, they are often mislabeled by society as hesitation or overthinking. While these moments of internal interrogation can mimic the feeling of doubt, they characterize the specific cognitive functions required to move past surface-level conclusions. If these descriptions reflect your own internal process, consider sharing this with others who might mistake their own depth for a lack of confidence. Subscribe to Mind Decoder for more explorations of human psychology. Significant intellectual growth occurs in the quiet moments when no one is watching.